Thursday, 21st of December, nearly Christmas. Time to do a little bit of an unusual honing. How about that? Isn't that an unusual razor? Goes inside a case. It's German. It's quite nice quality. It's a 6/8. But although I've just done it up, it does need checking. It probably needs to have a little bit of a bevel set. So first things first, obviously I'm going to use a diamond plate on a 3000 grit stone, my Naniwa Professional. That's now nice and flat. I always keep them flat anyway. I'm going to wash off the slurry. I'm going to just check. I've already checked that it's okay as far as geometry goes. I've put the black indelible marker on the edge. Let's just check that that's okay. I'm sure it will be. I don't think this razor has ever been used very much, if at all. I can soon check that. There was no faults on the edge. As you can see, there's a beautiful silver line. The silver line is equal on both sides of the blade. So we can assume safely that that is a good edge. Let's see if I can just wipe off the marker pen. I want to have a very clear viewing of what's going on. White spirit in a little bottle. That takes off any of your indelible marker, my Sharpie. And then we'll make sure that we've got a decent enough bevel. And if we have, I'm going to use my Kanayama Asagi, which I don't normally use. I'm not much for Japanese natural stones, but no. Nail test. Yet nothing there yet. Let's do a few half strokes. You can see already there's a great deal of coloured swarf. That's why I rather like to use a slurry. It doesn't impregnate the stone with strange bits of material. As this is in a pretty good state, this razor, I don't think it's going to take a lot of effort, so I won't keep you long. Not yet, that. No, takes a little while. I didn't want to use a 1K. For one reason, I'm using the 1K King Deluxe stone to hold my phone up with. Because if anybody's seen my rather lame little videos, you realise that sticking your phone via rubber suckers onto the window is not a very good idea. It tends to cause the phone to drop into the sink. Probably not the best plan. Anyway, that's quite a good coloured slurry, so we can assume that we're getting somewhere. Check on the nail. Yep, that's coming. It's good at the heel, not so good at the toe. So a little bit more towards the toe. And we'll be there. Had there been any nicks in the edge, then naturally I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be using a 1K. Get rid of your nicks and knocks, then go to your 3K. No, still needs more. It's nice little rotary strokes. Rotary strokes cover far more area. And let's be honest, I'm lazy. So there's your rotary strokes going on now. See if that makes a difference towards the toe. Starting. Just starting. So obviously there was a little bit more blunting on this razor towards its toe. Heel and toe, away we go. Shouldn't take long. Now that is strange. It does need a little bit more than I thought. Maybe I should have used the King Deluxe 1K. But there was no nicks at all in the edge. So I'm assuming the edge is good. If you want to see dark slurry, look at that. That's black. That's steel. Steel swarf. Ah, yep. That did it. You're talking about very, very few minutes now. This has been 6 minutes, 25 seconds from full check to bevel set. If you can't take 6 minutes out of your life, then you really are a very busy person. That should do it. Let's just check on the nail one more time. Oh, yeah. Time to make a winter sacrifice. It's nearly there. It's good, it's cutting, but not quite. So, let's watch some of this slurry off. And the residual black steel. I'm not going to work up another slurry. I don't think it needs it. I'm just going to do a few rotary strokes, as they really do remove the steel. I haven't taped this one. It's had a tiny bit of use. There was a trace of hone wear, just a trace on the spine. So I thought, nah, a little bit from me is not going to do any harm. Were this a mint razor, then I always tape. But I think this one, although it's a very nice looking little German razor, this, never heard of the company before. It's a Maydag, Solingen, Germany. Oh, that feels good to me. Yep. Oh. Yep. That's there. That's passed the tomato test. It's passed the nail test. Couple of strokes just to be sure. Now, I'm not absolutely convinced the Japanese natural stone is going to be any better than a cotical or a laloon. So this will be interesting. That's now, as far as I'm concerned, bevel set. Do I kill the edge? Nah. There's nothing wrong with the edge. So I'm not going to kill it. What I'm going to do is carefully wash off any steel swarf. Put the stone to dry. And I'm going to show now my Kanayama Asagi. I'm using this strange little piece of stone, which is again one of the Japanese stones. I think I'm right in saying, if I can just read my notes here. It's a Nagura, whereas the base stone, which has also been given to me, is a Nagura Asagi. So let's just see if we can make sure that this is nice and flat before we start. You can tell it's a natural stone. Look at its strange little markings. So, I'll put the pencil on it. I'm pretty certain I've used it in probably a year. So I'm pretty certain it's flat. But you never know, it won't hurt. So I'm going to start off, yeah, that's done it. Start off with a self-induced slurry. And we'll see what happens. So that's the that's the Stone's Own slurry, which is the Kanayama Asagi. Let's see. It feels very nice. I've left traces of the pencil mark because I was pretty certain it was flat anyway. So, once I've got a degree of confidence with this edge, I'll put a different slurry on. And then do a couple more tests, and I reckon you'll be ready to be stropped and then shaved with on this almost the turn of the year nail. I believe I'm right in saying 3:24 AM tomorrow morning, the 22nd, is the actual winter solstice. So I shall go down to the seafront and try and find some worthy virgins and sacrifice them. No, I won't. That would be impossible. There aren't any virgins. Right, let's say that that is good. Let's say that that slurry has worked. I'm going to try this little brown fellow, which is the softer slurry stone. We'll get a little bit of a slurry going with that, and then I'll just finish on water. There we are. That's a nice milky brown Nagura slurry. As you can tell, I'm not a fanatic about these things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll simply put it onto either a coticle or a laloon or a decent synthetic. Feels smooth. That's the proper way. Turn the spine over. I don't like the way it makes noises when I do that, so I'm quite happy to turn it my way, which is the slightly dodgy way. That's the proper way. Turn on the spine. A couple of little X strokes. Give the edge a bit of a slant. The little teeth which are left on the edge are now slightly angled. So I will check later. I'm not going to bore you to tears, but I'll actually check with a loop in a minute and see what they look like. That feels pretty good. Let's just make sure we've still got a good edge. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Sticky, 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 sticky. Sacrificial tomato. No. Well, well, well. I'm going to give it a little more. Just a little bit more. If it doesn't slice the tomato skin just as I like it, then it probably needs a few extra strokes. I've no idea. It's been ages since I've used this stone. I really don't know its cutting properties. Some stones are very, very fast. I've got to admit, my Belgium or French laloon natural stone, cuts very, very fast. Now this one, I think, is slightly harder stone, but I'm totally out of my depth. I couldn't tell a Nagura from a Nagasaki. Anyway, let's see. That might have done it. It shows the fallibility of the nail test though, because although it's gripping very nicely on the nail, it was failing very slightly on the tomato. Oh, no, that's there. That was a nice little sacrificial tomato. A couple of very light strokes. Now I'm going to wash off this slurry. I'm assuming it's the same way with a coticle, that by now just doing a few more very light strokes, just to get the maximum out of the stone. I can feel the edge has a little bit of stick to it. It's sticking a little bit to the stone. So I think we're there. I'm going to test on this pencil just because our good friend Devon Jackson does. Very similar feel. Yeah, very similar to the nail. No, the nail is superior. The nail test I really do like. A couple more strokes and we're there. Right, there you go, chaps. That's pretty much bevel set and a reasonable natural stone edge. Kanayama Asagi. It's an interesting colour, isn't it? It's a sort of a pale greeny grey, with of course the usual strange striations and strange strata. Strange, isn't it? Quite a nice stone, I'd have said. Anyway, I'll put that to dry. Everything's set. I'm set. Next stage is strop it and shave with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this is vaguely amusing. I haven't done a Japanese natural stone for a long time, so hope you find this amusing. And any new subscribers, yes, I'm quite mad, but thanks for watching.